So welcome back, everybody. This is your third and final session with me. This is the last lunch I'll be taking up for you guys, so you're welcome. Even though it's been fun. But yeah, I'll be sad to see you guys go after this one, but we'll come up with something else later. But anyways, we're going to do a quick review of what we've been talking about the last two sessions. But in the interest of time, since I don't want to take up too much of your lunch, I'll do the review for you guys. The first session we talked about collaboration and what that meant for you in all arenas of life, whether it's at school or playing sports or if you're at work. Knowing how to collaborate with your teammates, your colleagues, your friends, your classmates is an important skill to have. And also the second session, we talked about your personal brand, your personal values, and why that was important. It's basically your calling card of who you are, so that when you have an interaction with somebody or people in general, they have like that impression of you. It was your nationwide commercial, your personal brand.
Whenever you say cooperate and listen.
Everybody should know vanilla ice. So we're going to continue on that same path. We're going to talk about skills that employers are really looking for in people, in the 21st century, like important skills because the workplace is changing a little bit. And these are also skills that you can use in different areas of your life too, like we talked about, whether you're in any kind of extracurricular activities or school, at work, what have you. So we talked about collaboration, we talked about your personal brand, and next we're going to talk about presentation skills and communication skills. And I've read many times on presenting, and one of the things that always comes up is that everybody's biggest fear in life is not anything else except presenting in front of their peers or doing a presentation or public speaking. That's always like the number one fear for a lot of people. So I wanted to kind of get you guys' thoughts on that. Why is public speaking so challenging? Or is it challenging for you?
Well, yeah. It's easy to do it in front of kids, but when you're in front of your peers, you don't want to look like an idiot. Because they're supposed to know as much as you do, and you're just presenting something, maybe something they sort of know, but maybe not know.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea of flubbing it.
So what you're saying is like, you really have to know your stuff in order to be able to present it comfortably.
Comfortably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that.
So knowing your stuff is really
Yeah.
important.
And when you build your reputation in the district that I'm in, and when you have PDs and they see your name, says, oh, we're not going to that one.
So also, it's your reputation as well. If you're a good presenter, people want to come to your session.
Exactly. So see, I always worked with somebody who's a really good presenter and knew a lot of stuff, so they would always come to our presentation.
Mm-hmm. So what about something that you're learning, like if you're doing like a school project and you have to do a presentation on, I don't know, photosynthesis, and like you have to present in front of your class. So it's something that you're not really comfortable with, but you've learned it, and obviously you've had this material that you've been kind of working with for a little bit. What's your challenge? What are the challenges with that, I should say?
Just confidence and feeling comfortable, because people get teased and made fun of all the time, so it's hard. Judgments.
For me, the story, how to make a presentation.
Mm-hmm.
So usually I don't know the terminology in English. This is three levels, 1, 2, 3. The first is the introduction, second the middle, and the last is the conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
And then another way is like a symphony, the four of them, and introduction such and such, and then this is the conclusion. So how to get the attention from the listeners. So that's the story is I think it's very hard for me. But that was a challenge for me.
Right. No, that's a really good point though, because your presentation has to have a flow to it. Because if you don't have a flow, you're bouncing back between different ideas. It makes it hard for the audience to follow.
Right.
So no, that's a really good point. That's actually why I have this. So I have an agenda.
What a segue.
So I have a nice flow to my presentation. Because sometimes I get a little bit anxious and I don't know what I'm talking about sometimes. So I have to have a flow.
Apparently you were the plant. No.
Any other thoughts?
What do you think?
I have a fishing net. I mean, not fishing
When
Do
you
you
have
have
to
a fishing
present,
net?
when you have to present in front of your classmates, have you presented anything yet?
net. My opinion speech.
Did a speech? Yeah.
Okay. And how'd it go?
Good. I made it.
Yeah. What was the reaction from your audience, from your classroom?
How did you feel giving it? Were you nervous? Were you excited?
I was excited.
Oh, this was for the speech contest?
Uh-huh.
Nervous and excited?
Uh-huh.
Why were you excited?
Because it was fun.
Because it was fun.
Except for the topic, but the rest of it was fun.
So you like the presenting part of it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fun for you.
Yes.
Well, I remember your brand was Showtime last week, so maybe you'd like to be the presenter. You don't mind that spotlight.
Nope.
What about what part made you nervous? You mentioned the subject.
Messing up.
Messing up.
Yeah.
Just messing up like your speech in general, or like the information.
My speech. I didn't want to go out of order.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want my cards to be out of order because the first time I did, my cards were out of order, and so I didn't go up.
Right.
Yeah.
That sounds like you did a good job. If you had fun with it, or if it was fun.
I did.
So no, those are all really good points, and I think part of presenting too is like you really do have to know your stuff, and then also sometimes what you're presenting isn't always the popular opinion, or it's a counterpoint to what somebody else is thinking, like in the audience. So if you're presenting a certain thought, like some of the audience might have like, no, I don't think that's right. So you have to be able to communicate your feelings or your information on the subject, on that to that counterpoint. Because sometimes they can stump you when you're presenting, so you really have to know your stuff. So to that point, we're going to get to our activity. It's going to be an interactive activity, and we're going to be up and moving for a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to imagine that there is an imaginary line right here. And this is side A and side B. It really doesn't matter how they're labeled. But pretty much I'm going to give you two different topics. Or not two different topics, two different words. And then depending on how you feel about it, you're going to go to one side or the other. Okay? Just as a quick example, we're going to go with apple and banana. So this is apple side, and this is banana side. So if you side with apple, you're going to go on this side. If you side with banana, you're going to go on that side.
Yeah, I like Fuji. Fuji
So-
apple.
You guys all think the same on apple and banana, so we're going to move on to a different one. We're going to go dog on this side and cat on this side.
Mom, you traitor!
Alright,
Like
so
that.
that makes things a little bit interesting. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask why you chose to be a cat.
I prefer cats over dogs.
Because
They have more personality, and they are harder, I feel, to convince to come to you, and you have to like really work for their love and affection. I love my dog. He's my baby.
Yes.
But I just prefer cats. They're really fun, playful, and they're not as needy, I feel, as a dog. So they're a little bit more independent, and I think that's really entertaining to watch them and their independence.
those are a lot of really good points. So dogs. Why did you guys choose dogs?
Because they're amazing, but then the cats, because they're fun and they care about you, they're like, I don't have anything to do with you.
They're very forgiving.
They're very forgiving.
Yes, because you can do something.
Well, we already discussed about it.
Yeah.
See, Dog has eyebrow. She said the personality, but I feel the dog has a personality.
Because they have eyebrows.
Yes.
So you guys pretty much have like the same answer, just for different reasons. It's interesting. May, can you put your pipe cleaner on the table? I feel like it's a little distracting for you. Alright, the next one. We're gonna go with cake or ice cream. Okay, cake. Why cake?
I like the Wendy's cake very much
Because?
because it's so tasty.
What about it's more appealing than ice cream for you?
Ice cream is cold.
Oh, because the temperature, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's,
ice cream.
both both ice cream and cake has a nice sweetness and nice flavors. So very hard to make a judgment about this question. So I can go either way.
But you chose cake.
Yeah, with the cake, but I respect my wife.
So counterpoint, ice cream.
I think ice cream because you can have it when it's cold or when it's hot.
You can have it when it's cold. Or what about to his point that ice cream is cold? Like, is that unappealing or is that actually appealing?
It's appealing because then you can put hot fudge on it, and it's both.
Anybody
There's
else
other
from cake?
flavors.
I like the
Or ice cream,
creaminess.
sorry.
I like the creaminess. I like the way it just kind of
The
coats your
texture.
mouth. Yeah. Yeah, it's just good.
Multiple
Yeah,
flavors.
and you can turn it into a milkshake and you can turn it into
Exactly.
all sorts of different things.
And sometimes frosting is overwhelming.
So it's versatile.
Yeah,
Sometimes there is
especially
too much
for-
frosting on cake. That's a good point
Yeah.
too. Good. Alright, next one.
Everybody's turning against your G charm.
Let me try to find a good one here. There's a lot of good ones in here. How about pancakes or waffles?
What?
You want
I
one?
don't know.
Your wife usually makes
I know.
waffles.
No, she made both.
You start off with pancakes.
Yeah, she started the pancake.
And then I
We
bought
didn't
a
have the waffle machine.
And once I got the waffle maker, then cooking waffles.
So you're staying on pancakes? Pancakes or
Well, you like cake.
So why did you stay on the side?
Well, I couldn't make a decision right away, so that's why.
What about you, Shannon?
I like my sister's pancakes.
You like your sister, so it's like a warm memory.
Because I don't really, I don't know, I'm not a pancake or waffle person per se, but I love Kelly's pancakes.
So it's kind of like a personal,
It is, and
sentimental thing.
it's definitely sentimental because just being in the kitchen with her when she's cooking pancakes and just a lot of memories with Kelly cooking. And, I mean, she doesn't cook a lot, pretty much just pancakes, so it's just a lot of fun.
Nice. Team waffle. Counterpoint.
Because the outside is crispy and the inside is soft.
I like the crispy and the softness.
It's so fun. You can put a candle in it.
Or ice cream on top.
You can put a candle in your waffle.
That's what we did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not? And then
Oh, that's right, for your birthday.
Yeah.
the
so it's kinda
butter
sentimental
melts
for you,
into
like.
the walls. I like the butter floating with it.
Yeah.
And then the
Waffles
maple
are
syrup
better.
doesn't go over, it stays right there.
Stays in the
And
squares.
squares. Yeah, that is quite,
Yeah.
that's quite nice.
And it's easier because they're like little cups. It's like you just lick your waffle.
Now I just cut into little squares, so I have my little individual cups.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you can cut it uniquely.
Yeah.
I just rip it. Yeah.
Alright, let's do one more. Let's see. What's worse? Laundry or dishes?
Oh.
I'm saying right here.
Worse?
Well,
What's worse,
depends
laundry
if
or
it's a dishwasher
dishes?
or
Dishes is worst. I don't really do laundry. Mom's taking notes.
You stay with dishes? Alright, laundry. Why is laundry worse?
Because I feel like dishes you can get done in one setting. You're washing dishes, put them away, they're done.
Mhm.
Laundry is so time consuming. And when you have a member in your family whose room is absolutely atrocious
That's
and
fine.
all the laundry gets piled up at once,
Yep.
it's so daunting. And then when you're done washing and drying, you have to fold it, hang it, put it away. And it's just heartbreaking to watch it not get put away and right back up in the laundry. So it literally feels like it does not stop.
It doesn't really end. Like
But-
we're wearing clothes right now, like it's
Yeah.
not over.
Yeah. So even when you're all caught up, you're not all caught up because you know you're about to take your clothes off, put pajamas on, and it starts over. But dishes, it's like, okay, cool, we're done with the dishes for the night, and you know you're not going to have to do it again until the next day. Like, but it's just little bits at a time
Mhm.
as opposed to overwhelming.
What
So you feel like you actually complete something.
Yeah.
Why are dishes worse?
Yes, it takes forever to scrub it and to wash it. When you do laundry, you just put it in, wait an hour, do whatever you want, and you can go back to it.
So you actually feel like the time thing's a benefit
Yes.
because you can do it like in stages.
Yeah. You get a break from work for like 5 seconds, and then you get like an hour break.
That's actually a good point.
well, mine's just if we're using the dishwasher and the fact that you load up the dishwasher, then you got to turn on the dishwasher. Eventually, you have to finish. It's always late in the evening, and I look at it and I see the little blue light and I want to go bed, but then I don't want to wake up in the morning and open up the dishwasher and put it away the first thing in the morning. I don't have time to do that. That's
So it's kind of similar to the laundry idea.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Because I agree at that point. I totally agree with that because it is an all day affair,
Mhm.
literally an all day affair. But then this is so late at night.
Yeah.
You know me, I do my laundry first thing in the morning, so
Right.
okay. And then when I see it in the morning, I go, oh my god. And I can't go to work until it's done. It has to be out of the dishwasher before I leave the house. Because it bothers me.
Did you have anything to add to dishes?
Okay, so how many plates and glasses are broken?
A lot.
See? Think about it. Does the clothes?
Doesn't break.
No break. Okay, that's a big point.
Unless your clothes shrink and you have to give them to your child.
So the shape is all kinds, you know, the glass and plates and all kinds.
Mhm.
We have to care. We have to be, be gentle to handle
Right.
all this stuff. But clothes, you just dumping.
Gotta sort it.
I know, I'm processing that.
You gotta stuff your darks in your
I know who
life.
washes the delicates.
Like the darks and put in a bag and all that.
Yeah.
But to your point, so it's
Yeah,
like,
but only
you don't have to
two-
handle with care. Yeah.
Yeah. So you said there's a dark and a white.
Uh-huh.
So how many type of the plates and glass and whatever, all kinds. Just only two type,
But then since I cook Japanese style, there's so many plates.
Right,
Right, you have your
Right.
you have your
right. Yeah.
main, and you have your rice, and you have
That's
your
what I'm
salad.
talking
you have
about.
yeah.
So that's why dishes are worse.
Yeah.
Got it.
Watching big complaint.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, that was our last one. Okay. So what do you guys think about that activity?
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Got to know each other. Oh,
It's always fun to think of. Whenever we do this activity, like in the beginning, it's always like, the answers are like just because, I like this better. And towards the end, it's always like gets a little more heated, like a little more passionate about their answers towards the end. About their vegetables.
Vegetables and vaccinations.
So, from this activity, like one of the examples that we did was like cake and ice cream, right? And you had a cake argument and you had an ice cream argument. What was the right answer to the question, cake or ice cream?
Ice cream. Right answer.
There was no right answer?
No, personal opinion and preference.
Exactly.
You have to have differences for things to work, I think.
Right.
We'd be like in the world in Wrinkle in Time when everything's the same.
Where everything's the same. That'd be terrible, right?
Yeah,
Right?
it's
Just everything.
Preference.
The preference, right?
Preference.
Mhm. But how about when there was like a counterpoint to your point? Like what was that feeling like? Like if you said, there was a lot of counterpoints to your vegetables, right?
And there was a lot of support to my vegetables.
There was a lot of support to your
from an
vegetables.
opponent.
But those counterpoints for fruit, when you're on team vegetable, like, does that make vegetable right, or does that make fruit right? Or is it something that you can see fruit being correct?
Not correct.
Yeah, I don't think there's a right or
correct,
wrong.
yeah.
Mm.
Because there are times where, like, when she was mentioning the laundry, well, yeah, and then I have to think, okay, which is really worse?
Mm.
I prefer not to do it either. Is my true opinion. I'd rather not do it, but
Mm.
because those are all the points that I was thinking of, and so then I started thinking about the dishes. And, okay, what is really worse? And
Right.
both are worse.
So sometimes there's not always the right answer, I guess is what I'm getting at.
Yes.
And sometimes the person on the other side of the table who doesn't agree with you, they have some good points as well. And obviously we did very, very light examples of this. Sometimes it can get a little more heated if you're talking about like religion or politics or anything like that, which you might get into, later in life or even now, like in your current setting. You could say something?
I was just gonna say that's important though, to be able to have that conversation back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it is a little heated, I mean, people get passionate, but to be able to listen to what somebody's saying and be able to have a response back and just sit there and talk it out and work it through. I mean, even if there's no right answer and you don't come to an agreement, it's still good to hear other people's side and opinion.
Exactly, right. So it goes to, good communication skills to be able to, say what you want to say, and also hear out what the other person's trying to say too. Because we easily could have done something like Democrat or Republican, and obviously you would have, split sides, and then Republicans have their point of view and the Democrats have their point of view. But is there really a right answer?
No.
Maybe there is. Maybe there isn't. Maybe it's something that you have to come together to agreement on in order to make something happen. But the point is that if you're in that kind of situation, it's always good to hear that other person out. Even though I want some ice cream, maybe we should go get some cake. Type
But
of deal.
isn't that the hardest thing though? Is that it's easy to talk, but it's so hard to listen.
Exactly. Yeah.
Listening is a huge skill. I think people are starting to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are texting or everything is now social media, so they're not speaking
Mm-hmm.
and then really listening.
Right. So everything's just an output. There's not
Output,
really
yeah.
an input coming in.
And I think a lot of now, especially kids nowadays, they notice they don't listen.
Mm-hmm. So listening is definitely an important skill to have, especially when you're communicating with somebody. And if you're in an argument too, it's good to hear the other person out on what they have to say. No, really good. I'm glad you guys came to that conclusion. That's awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and close out. Like I said before, this is my last lunch that I'm taking for you guys, at least for right now. But it's been fun. I hope you guys had fun too. Learned a couple of things, a couple of takeaways. And of course, if you guys have any questions, you guys can just schedule an appointment with me in the office and make it happen. You guys have any last minute comments, questions?
What's with my bait?
Which took your bait? And we will close on that comment.